why don't we go ahead and start right where we left off, that conversation off camera. Where are, right now today, are you aware on this story? You're aware of what we've been researching? TCEQ. I'm sorry you felt that way. We've shared with your staff a number of pieces of information where we're going. Let me ask you right now. Part of our research has found that of the $400 million that TURP has given out.
Actually, TURP has given out
406?
No, it's $335 million in projects and $95
Right, and close to $96 million has gone to one company. Are you familiar with the company? It's Union Pacific Railroad.
Okay. It's very interesting. You just missed it a minute. The benefit of Union Pacific Railroad, the opportunity to keep off clean air building, which is members of New York. If you've done the research you say you've done, you would know that as chair of the environmental committee from the dais, numerous times I've discussed how offensive it is to me that the railroads have said they have no role in cleaning Texas's air, but yet when the Clean Air program came out, they were first in line to receive grants. And that's why every grant dollar they get, they do a 50-50 match, a dollar-for-dollar match to receive those funds. So if you've been doing the research you said you've been doing, you know I've been a massive advocate of ensuring that we're spending the money on the most cost-beneficial way to reduce emissions, which unfortunately is through railroads. But I've held them accountable and said I'm offended that they've not played a greater role in paying into this program. And you know why they don't pay into the program? Because they're federally preempted. We're not allowed to require the railroads who are federally regulated to do something within the state. They are an interstate business, which I'm sure you're aware of.
Is there anything that we can do with the state of Texas?
Well, we can do what we're doing, which is what we are asking the railroads to do, and they frankly participate in doing, is a dollar-for-dollar match. For every dollar they receive in this grant program, they put a dollar in. And more importantly than that, this program is an unbiased program that is completely based on the greatest cost benefit to the citizens of Texas in creating the greatest reduction of emissions. And unfortunately, or fortunately, however you view it, the railroads have been giving us that greatest benefit.
And that's NOx reduction.
Well, that's what the whole program's about, is NOx reduction.
Let me talk about one of the other benefactors, if you will, of the program so far, and that's part of the construction industry. One specific company, sure, one specific company, Williams Brothers, has received really $20 billion.
Yeah.
Pretty good chunk of change.
Yeah, chunk of change I was unaware of until you brought it to my attention.
What do you think about it?
I think if they're getting the cost-efficient numbers and the reductions that are laid out in this 121-page manual, I believe we should do everything we can to ensure that we reduce all the emissions most efficiently in the state.
A lot of people say there's a lot of good things about this program, a lot of really good things.
Most people would say everything about this program is good.
Let me ask you, do you think that, do you have any issues when you look at how the share of the pie is getting split up?
Well, certainly, and I just discussed that with you. And that is why we've required the railroads to do a 50-50 match to receive funds from this program. But I don't have an issue with it because my attitude is the attitude of this man. We want to spend the taxpayers' dollars most efficiently. We want to put a dollar in that will reduce the most amount of emissions. And that is how it is administered. No other way.
Right now, one of the questions some have asked is, with the level, you have nearly $100 million going to Union Pacific.
Who's asking?
Nearly $20 million.
I'm just curious, you're saying someone is asking. I'm asking who's asking.
Texans for Public Justice has looked at the numbers. We've looked at
if they question the cost-efficient numbers, if they question the reductions that this program's got.
Let me talk about one program where an agency certainly does feel that they wish that they were able to benefit from this program. And there's a number of organizations, school districts that are out there. There's a number of environmental groups.
And school districts have the right to be a part of the program if they can reduce NOx in an efficient way. No one has said they can't. Do you think anyone, they put out a request for grants, and anyone can apply for those grants. They have to meet the standards laid out by the agency, and they have to meet the cost-efficient numbers. And if they do that, they get grant money. It's very simple. Early on in this program, we actually hit points where we didn't even have enough grant applicants for the amounts of money that we had. So anyone who said that they should have received money and they didn't apply.
Right now, today, would it surprise you if I told you that the Vice President of Williams Brothers Constructions, told us on camera that right now today, school districts don't stand a chance at getting their school buses retrofitted under the current rules of this program.
It doesn't surprise me at all because it's not a cost-efficient number. They're not going to get the program. And also, the school buses, and we probably don't realize this, aren't removing NOx emissions. We're talking about particulate matter when we refer to a school bus. And this grant program is set up for NOx reductions, not particulate reductions, which, by the way, we meet the federal standard on particulate matter. But would you be surprised to know that last legislative session, Representative Scott Hochberg of Houston and I amended a bill of mine to allow $1 million to go towards school bus particulate matter reductions. Would that surprise you?
Wouldn't surprise me, believe it or not.
Good.
Why not more than $1 million?
Because this program is to remove NOx. And if we do not meet the NOx standards of the federal government, we will be put into a severe plan by the federal government where we will not get highway dollars, we will not be allowed to do construction, and it would shut down the economies of the Houston and Dallas regions. So the reason that we have to do this the way we're doing it is to meet the federal standards on NOx. And if we do not meet those standards, there are dire consequences for our state. Everyone would love to do what they can for the school buses, and no one's really against that platform. But the reality is the federal government has set a priority. That priority is NOx. We must meet with that priority.
You and I pay into this fund when we buy ourselves a car in Texas.
Well, if we are transferring a title.
When we transfer the title, we pay into this fund, correct? Is there any other really decent source of revenue across the state right now to help different here? Is there any other real source of revenue, significant source of revenue, to help clean up the air for public entities or others that need grants in order to help them?
I'm sure you could scrub our budget and find numerous, but that's an issue for the Senate Finance and House Appropriations.
But as one of the leading advocates for the environment in the state of Texas, in your position, you're one of them. Are you aware of any right now that you can share? Any other major grant programs for any public entities that they might be able to apply for?
Oh, this is one that every public entity can apply for. No one says you can't.
I'm asking you, are you aware of any others?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. We aren't either.
Okay.
Any other major ones? And with that said, if this is the only major grant program that you're aware of that public entities can apply for, why not encourage DCEQ to try to make even a smaller portion of the pot
For
available?
one very simple reason, sir. You said you've done a lot of research, and you seem to be missing that we were under the gun of the federal government. This was set up to meet the federal standard on NOx reductions. Quite candidly, it doesn't even appear at this time we're going to meet that federal standard. So we can't afford to spend these dollars efficiently or inappropriately, and that is to reduce NOx. So you must stay focused on reducing NOx. This isn't a giveaway program. This isn't a program for anyone who has interest in getting a few dollars out of it. Come and get it. We need people who are making the most efficient and greatest reduction of NOx for the dollars that we can give them, so that we can keep people driving, and keep roads being built, and keep investment in Texas.
So why is it then, if you're looking at the for-profit companies that are coming up and getting the lion's share of these grants right now, why is it that,
And they pay into the program.
how much are we going to miss the federal guidelines by?
I don't know.
But you're predicting that right now.
No, I speak for, so there's a chance that we will.
If you've looked at this, how much are we going to miss?
I don't know. No one really knows.
So we've given
This is an evolving process.
So meanwhile, we've given tens of millions of dollars to these companies that are out there, and we're not even going to hit the mark.
It's possible. I guess we should just not attempt it at all. Is that your suggestion? Is that your suggestion?
I'm asking you, why not try to ensure the only grant program that's available in the state of Texas?
Did you propose another grant program? I haven't heard you or anyone else calling for another grant program. Why don't you propose it?
Why not try to make this one? If you're not,
We are making this one. Are you aware that this is the most successful emission reduction program in the nation? Did you learn that in your research? I guess not. I need to get back on it.
let me ask you, sir. Right now, you've got for-profit companies that are donating hundreds of thousands of dollars in campaign contributions to you. Sir, hundreds of thousands of dollars in campaign contributions to lawmakers and $2,000 to you. Sir, is that appropriate?
I appreciate it.
So you're the chair of the environmental. Sir, you regulate Williams Brothers Constructions and this program. Sir, why are you walking away from us?